We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Okay. So I think we should start our online session on leadership on 14th April 2020. This session will be about leadership, and this is a part of subject organizational behavior for 4th semester automobile and 4th semester mechanical engineering. So first of all, dear students and viewers, good noon, namaste. Hope you all are safe and healthy at your home. COVID-19 should not stop us from learning process, and that's why I am here to share something very important for all present here. There is one announcement before starting session. Dear students, I request you all to take pen and book to note down instruction given by me and to note down confusion question if any arise throughout the session. Interaction on confusion question will be done after completion of delivery on whole session using chat window. So one more instruction, during session I will share a link using chat window for attendance anytime. So be attentive, open that link and mention required details. After filling it, click on submit button and come back to YouTube window in which you all are viewing this live session. So starting with leadership. Now basically, what is leadership? Definition. A leader is one who inspires and motivates action, having a can-do personality and strong leadership skill is the key to leading the charge. Some another definition. A simple definition is that leadership is the art of motivating a group of people to act towards achieving a common goal. Leadership is the exercise of authority and making of decision. Another definition, leadership is the activity of influencing people to strive willingly for group objectives. So why leadership is important? Which are the various importance through which we can get advantage for our organization? Importance number 1 for leadership is initiating action. Leadership start from the very beginning. Even before the work actually starts, a leader is a person who communicates the policies and plan to the subordinates to start the work. So in any organization, if any organization wants to start any new activity, the initiation part will be carried forward by a leader. So one important of leadership is initiating action. Next importance is providing motivation. A leader motivates the employees by giving them financial and non-financial incentives and gets the work done efficiently. Motivation is the driving force in an individual's life. So many people or many employees are ready to work in any organization, are ready to do any activity, but for that motivation is needed, and that motivation is provided by leader. That's why providing motivation is one importance of leadership. Another importance is providing guidance. A leader not only supervises the employees but also guides them in their work. He instructs the subordinates on how to perform their work effectively so that their efforts don't get wasted. So, in any organization, all employees are ready to work, but at some point of time, each and every employees need some guidance how to proceed further, how to get work done, how to complete the given task. So, for that, guidance will be provided by the leader. So it is another advantage of leadership, that is providing guidance. Another advantage is creating confidence. A leader acknowledges the efforts of the employees, explain to them their role clearly and guide them to achieve their goals. He also resolves the complaint and problem of the employees, thereby building confidence in them regarding the organization. So many employees are working towards the achievement of organizational goal, but sometimes they are feeling low level of confidence. So to provide or to achieve the high level of confidence in employee, leader will work. That's why creating confidence is one importance of leadership. Another importance is building work environment. A good leader should maintain personal contacts with the employees and should hear their problem and solve them. He always listen to the point of view of employees, and in case of disagreement persuade them to agree with him by giving suitable clarification. In case of conflicts, he handles them carefully and does not allow it to adversely affect the entity. A positive and efficient work environment helps in stable growth of the organization. So every employee wants to work for the organization. Every employee wants to achieve the organizational goal. But for that, to carry out good work in organization, to work for achievement of goal of the organization, a smooth environment is required, and the responsibility of leader is to build this kind of environment so that each and every employee can work to achieve the organizational goal. Another importance is to coordination. Coordination is most important thing. A leader reconciles the personal interest of the employees with the organizational goal and achieve coordination in entity. So each and every employees are having their own goals. So the responsibility of leader is to coordinate that goals and convert it into organizational goal. Another importance is creating successors. What is successor? For example, right now there is a leader in any organization. So after completion of the tenure of that particular leader, who will lead the organization in absence of this leader, this present leader? So the responsibility of leader is to create a successor. A leader trains his subordinates in such a manner that they can succeed him in future easily in his absence. He create more leaders. So leader should create the upcoming leaders for any organization. That's why in absence of current leader, many leaders will be ready to lead the organization. Another importance of leadership is induce change. A leader persuades, clarifies, and inspires employees to accept any change in the organization without much resistance and discontentment. He makes sure that employees doesn't feel insecure about the changes. So if any organization want to change something in their policy or in their day-to-day operation, it is the responsibility of leader that he or she should convince all the employees that this change is important for organization, and if we are adopting this change, each and every employees are getting advantage of this positive change. So induce these changes is the responsibility of leader. Now another thing is that types of or styles of leader, styles, various styles of leadership. So further we will see various styles of leader. Okay, so basically leadership style, there are four styles of leadership. Number one is autocratic leadership style, democratic leadership style, laissez-faire leadership style, and charismatic leadership style. So these are the four leadership style: autocratic leadership style, democratic leadership style, laissez-faire, and charismatic leadership style. Number one, autocratic leadership. Autocratic leadership, in this picture you can see that only the leader is giving some instruction and all the subordinates are following the instruction given by the leader. There is no role of any group member for any kind of decision. What is autocratic leadership style? Autocratic leadership, also known as authoritarian leadership, is a leadership style characterized by individual control over all decisions and little input from group members. Some of the primary characteristic of autocratic leadership includes little or no input from group members. Leaders make almost all of the decisions. Group leaders dictate all the work methods and processes. Group members are rarely trusted with decision or important tasks. Work tends to be highly structured and very rigid. So that is characteristic number one: little or no input from group members. So no inputs will be taken or little inputs will be taken by the leader from group members in autocratic leadership style. Leaders make almost all of the decision. Decision will be taken by leader only. No involvement of group members is there in decision making in autocratic leadership style. Group leaders dictate all the work methods and processes. Group leader will decide what to do, how to do, when to do. So all the work methods and processes will be decided by leaders only. Group members are rarely trusted with decisions or important tasks. No trust on group members will be there in autocratic leadership style. Work tends to be highly structured and very rigid. Rigidity, the extent of rigidity is very high in autocratic leadership style. Creativity and out of the box thinking tend to be discouraged. If some employer doing work with some new technology or new idea, it will be discouraged in autocratic leadership style. Rules are important and tend to be clearly outlined and communicated. Rules needs to be followed in any critical situation. If some employee is not able to follow the rules, he or she will be fired out of the organization in this kind of autocratic leadership style. Now, advantages and disadvantages, or we can say benefits and drawbacks of autocratic leadership style. Advantage of autocratic leadership style: can make decision quickly, especially in stress-filled situation. So there is one advantage, that is decision can be taken very quickly in autocratic leadership style, as the decision will be taken only by leader. No inputs in decision making process will be taken from group members. Clear chain of command, oversight. So there is chain of command is oversighted. good where strong directive leadership is needed. So in many organizations, employees are out of control. So in that kind of organization, we can implement autocratic leadership style. Now, drawbacks or disadvantages of autocratic leadership style: discourages group input, can impair morale and lead to resentment. There is nothing like morale in autocratic leadership style. May impair or ignore creative solutions and expertise from subordinates. If someone is having expertise in some particular activity, but no input will be taken from that expert. Next is democratic leadership style. The best leadership style need to be implemented in each and every organization. Democratic leadership, also known as participative leadership or shared leadership, is a type of leadership style in which members of the group take a more participative role in decision making process. Some of the primary characteristic of democratic leadership includes: group members are encouraged to share ideas and opinions even though the leader retains the final say over decision. See, final decision will be taken by the leader, but before taking any final decision, group members are encouraged to share ideas and opinions. So, ideas and opinions will be taken before taking any decision in democratic leadership style. Members of the group feel more engaged in the process. See, every members are feeling engaged in the process, means every members are feeling that we are the important part of the organization, as leader is taking our opinion, leader is considering our ideas. So members are feel that we are engaged in the day-to-day processes or decision-making processes of the organization. Creativity is encouraged and rewarded. If someone is using some creativity in day-to-day operations of the organization, democratic leader will encourage that creativity done by any employee of the organization, and this creativity will also rewarded. Means for some creative work, employee will get any prize or any bonus. That kind of things will be there in democratic leadership style. Now, benefits and drawbacks of democratic leadership style: more ideas and creative solutions. See, when you are giving a opportunity to provide some opinion or ideas, thousand number of employees are ready to give their idea. So in every situation, it is not possible that the ideas taken from the employees are useful in each and every case. So 100% ideas will not work. So many poor ideas will come through this. Group members commitment. Uh, Group member commitment is there because each and every group member is feeling that our idea or our creative solution will be an important part of the organization. High productivity. Because of this, people are motivated always. So in through this leadership style, we can increase the productivity. Now, drawbacks: communication failures. Due to more number of ideas, even sometimes it may be possible that leader is not ready to get all the ideas, and leader may not decide which idea should be taken, which idea should not be taken. So it will create communication failures. Poor decision making by unskilled group. So many a times it is possible that poor decision will be taken by unskilled group. Minority or individual opinion overridden. Sometimes it may be possible that in absence of some key people of the organization, minority or some another people, those who are having not expertise in the field, are also allowed to provide some idea. And in such cases, individual opinion overridden. So it may harm the achievement process of organizational goal. Laissez-faire leadership style. Another style of leadership, that is laissez-faire leadership, also known as delegate leadership, is a type of leadership style in which leaders are hands off and allow group members to make the decision. In this case, leaders are not just taking ideas from the subordinate or group member, but leader allow group members to take decision. Laissez-faire leadership is characterized by, number one, very little guidance from leader. In this type of leadership style, leader is not giving any guidance. Complete freedom for followers to make decision. Any group member can take decision on behalf of leader. Leaders provide the tools and resources needed. Just if any group of employees have to do some task, leader will just provide resources, raw materials, and he left away. So after providing resources, raw materials to the employee, there is no role of leader in the whole activity. Group members are expected to solve problem on their own. Group members have to solve any problem in day-to-day life. Leader is not going to help or guide in any problem. In case of laissez-faire leadership style, power is handed over to followers, yet leaders still take responsibility for the group's decision and action. All the powers has been given to group members. If any positive or negative outcome will be there, leader is ready to take the responsibility for any kind of decision and action taken by the group members. Advantages and disadvantages of leadership, laissez-faire leadership style. Benefit number one, can work for a motivated team with high expertise and skill. See, we can implement this kind of leadership style in organization where high expertise and skill oriented people are there. So in absence of leader, they can work, they can solve any kind of problem, and they can take any kind of crucial decision because they all are having high expertise and high skill. So in that kind of situation, we can use laissez-faire leadership style. Creative teams may value the independence. So see, many intelligent people are feeling that if independent dependency in work will be there, we can give productive output. So in that kind, laissez-faire leadership will work. Works well when leader provides needed information and material at start of the project. If expert people are having in our organization, skilled people are there in our organization, then this leadership style will work because at initial level only leader will just provide needed information and left away, and the other task will be governed by the skilled worker. Now, disadvantage of this leadership style: not good for group, lacking needed skill, motivation, adherence to deadlines. So when our organization is not having expert people, we cannot implement this kind of leadership style, because if we implement this kind of leadership style in absence of expert people, we cannot manage the given deadlines, can result in poor performance and outcomes. If our organization is not having expert people and skilled people, it results in poor performance and outcomes. Leader may appear uninvolved. That is the disadvantage. In any kind of work, if we implement laissez-faire leadership style, there is no role of leader in any decision making process or any work. Confusion over roles in the group. In absence of leader, who will lead, who will do what, what should be done at which time will be not clear. So confusion over roles in the group will be there in laissez-faire leadership style. Now, difference between the three: autocratic leadership style, laissez-faire leadership style, and democratic leadership style. Autocratic leader will say to his group members that do this, means you have to follow me only. There is no importance of creativity or ideas of group members. In laissez-faire, leader will say that do this or that as you see fit. You can take any decision, you can do any task as per your conveniency, you can take any decision whatever is good for you and whatever is bad for you. So it depends on group member what to do and what not to do. In democratic leadership style, leaders say that what do you do? This we should do, means no obligation will be there on group member. Leader will be also the part of a task force. So leader is a part of team when we are talking about democratic leadership style. Now the fourth one is charismatic leadership style. In this image, you can say that this is the leader and all the people are following this leader. So when many number of people are following leader without any hesitation, this kind of leadership style is called charismatic leadership style. Leaders applying charismatic leadership styles are the one who automatically or rather smartly attract a plethora of people with their charm and charisma. Plethora of people means large number of people or a group of people. They are self-motivated, passionate and confident. Leadership style like this can be used to build a powerful standing in the marketplace and gain a huge fan following using their strong self-image. However, this style is considered less favorable as success or failure heavily depends on the leader and its impact. It is perceived more of a one-man show than a collective team efforts. The present Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is considered as one of the most charismatic leader in the world. Now, advantages of charismatic leadership style. Charismatic leader inspire people to work together for a common cause. Organizations are committed to a central mission. Management prioritize learning from mistakes in an effort to succeed in their mission. Charismatic led companies tend to be cohesive because their workforce has a clear purpose. Charismatic led companies tend to be cohesive means each and every employees are very trustworthy or they are very near to each other. They are working as a good or strong team. Cohesiveness among the team members are very high. Disadvantages of charismatic leadership. Leaders may develop tunnel vision or arrogance, undoing their previous good deeds. It may be possible. Organization can become dependent on charismatic leader and may suffer if he or she retires or leaves the company or dies suddenly. Charismatic leaders sometimes become unresponsive to their subordinates or constituents. This leader may not learn from their mistakes, compounding them. Charismatic leader may believe they are above the law, committing financial or ethical violation. Now, leader versus manager. Now, what is the difference between leader and manager? So, we will see the difference between leader and manager. See the basic difference between leader and manager. Manager is a person becomes a manager by virtue of his position, while leader is a person becomes a leader on basis of his personal qualities. Manager has got formal rights in an organization because of his status. Rights are not available to a leader. The subordinates are the followers of managers. The group of employees whom the leaders lead are his followers. A manager performs all five functions of management, that is planning, organizing, leading, directing, and controlling. The manager performs all five functions of management, that is planning, organizing, leading, directing, and controlling. Leader influences people to work willingly for group objectives. A manager is very essential to a concern. A leader is required to create cordial relation between person working in and for organization. In case of manager, it is more stable. In case of leader, leadership is temporary. All managers are leaders. All leaders are not managers. Please listen carefully, students. All managers are leaders. All leaders are not managers. Manager is accountable for self and subordinates' behavior and performance. Leaders have no well-defined accountability. A manager's concern is organizational goal. A leader's concern is group goal and members' satisfaction. People follow manager by virtue of job description. People follow them, means leader, on voluntary basis. A manager can contribute in office till he performs his duty satisfactorily in congruence with organizational goal. A leader can maintain his position only through day-to-day basis of followers. Managers has command over allocation and distribution of sanctions. A leader has command over different sanctions and related task records. These sanctions are essentially of informal nature. Now, all the important discussions on leadership have been completed from my side. So, now it's your time. It's a quiz time. Quiz on leadership. I will share a link using chat window for quiz. You have to answer all the questions asked in the quiz, and after answering all the questions, click on next button and fill your enrollment number and branch, means whether you are from automobile or mechanical. Then click on submit button. After that, click on view score button and you will have your score out of 15 on your screen. So thank you. Now go through the link which I will share. This is for quiz. You need to open the link, complete the given task, give the answer of 15 questions, and then click on next button, mention your enrollment number, mention your branch, whether you are from automobile or mechanical. Then click on submit button and view your score. You will have your score on screen out of 15. Thank you. Students, now Apart from this lesson of leadership, if you are having any query, then you may ask questions using chat window. I will wait for 5-10 minutes. If you are having any query, please ask any questions if you feel so. And even after completion of this session, through this link, you will be able to watch this video on YouTube anytime. And uh, please tell your classmates to view this video, and after viewing this video, please try to complete this quiz on given link and submit your quiz. The quiz will be considered as your class test for your term grant. Okay. Any questions, students? You can ask any question using chat window. I will wait for 2-3 minutes and then I will go offline. Okay, if you are having no questions, then goodbye. Stay home, stay safe. And if you are having any query regarding this subject, organizational behavior, you can contact me on my mobile number. Please note down my mobile number, that is 97251 46684. And you can even ask me any questions on email. My email ID is hgv.ash@gdec.in. Thank you.